Okay, so let's go ahead and get the armrest done. I'm going to create the armrest based off of this geometry over here. So I'm going to take a polygon here. Doesn't really matter which one I take. This big one on the side is going to work out fine. And I'm going to go to geometry, detach. Make sure you have clone checked on. Detach that as a separate object. I'm going to grab it and I'm going to change its color, maybe to a soft blue, just to make it a little bit easier to see. And then I'm just going to take that polygon right there and I'm going to extrude it out. And I'm going to pull it out to about, trying to get basically the width from the image. If I bring the image back, basically trying to get this width right here. Okay. So I'm probably going to take that to about here. Looks pretty good. I'm going to take the top polygon right there and I'm going to move that up. I have to kind of use my imagination and imagine that big cushion's right here, and it's a pretty big cushion. As you can see, the actual seat cushion, it's pretty wide. So I'm going to make sure I take this up to a pretty good distance, maybe to about, I don't know, right here is probably going to be fine, or like this. I'm going to take the border in the middle right there. I'm going to cap that, obviously. Don't want a hole right there. Okay, and let me see what else I'm going to do here. Let me move this image out of the way. Always helps to have dual monitors. If you don't have a dual monitor setup, you need to start using the dual monitor setup. Alright, let me see here. Probably what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this ring right there. I'm just going to go ahead and connect this. Just slide it toward the front. And you know what? Let me cancel that. Before I do that, let me take this edge right here. I'm going to move it up like this to kind of get the shape that I have in the image. I'm going to take this edge here, get its ring. I'm going to connect this straight down the middle. Why do I keep putting 20 and 2s? It's very interesting. Okay, so I'll move this this edge up like this. Maybe go to the left view here. Something like that. Okay. I'm going to take the edge on the front and I'm going to move it forward a little bit to kind of puff that out. Kind of the shape that I want right there. Let me also take all these vertices in the back and move this toward the back. We go to a top view. I want it to match up pretty closely with the base geometry of the sofa there, couch. Okay, let me take this edge right here, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to connect that edge. I have to get the ring first, of course. I'm just going to move this forward like this. Not too close because I don't want this to have super sharp corners. I want it to be to have pretty soft corners, so to speak. I'm going to take the ring in the back. I'm going to connect this. Now the back part I do want to be a little bit sharper. I'm just going to manually move it a little bit closer to the edge right there just to make it nice and sharp. And let me see, down here I also have to make this sharp, so I'm going to get the ring here, connect this, move that connection all the way down. Make it pretty sharp down there. When using reference image to do this, make sure that you are constantly checking out your reference images just to make sure that you're on track. Okay, now right here I'm gonna have to, let me see what I'm gonna have to do here. I may have to take this edge here, grab its ring, connect that, and slide it down like this and kind of sharpen this up a little bit right here. Let me hit OK. I'm going to go to, let me see here. Let me go to the left view. Go to vertex mode. I'm going to take all those vertices right there. I'm going to move them down a little bit like this. Kind of soften that up a little bit. Don't want that to be too sharp. Also, I need to take this ring right here. Connect that. Slide it over to this side. Again, I'm not trying to sharpen it up too much. Don't like it when it looks too sharp. Okay, that's not bad. Just scan this real quick. I'm gonna go to my sub D settings, and oh, I've already got 2 iterations, so I'm not gonna add a 3rd iteration. It'll just be too much. Okay, let me check out the back over here. Now the back is not too sharp, which I'm not too happy with. So I'm gonna take this edge here, go back up to the top over here, grab its ring, connect that, slide it on over to the back. You can see it sharpens that up much nicer right there. Okay, I'm also going to take the edge here in the middle, grab its entire ring. I'm going to connect this thing, give it 0 for the slide. Maybe give it 2 connections down the middle, just to give this a little bit more shape and definition. And I'm rendering this out, and I'm pretty happy with what I see. I think I'm pretty good with that. Okay, so I'm going to say that that I'm happy with the armrest the way that it is. I'm going to go ahead and take the backrest here. And go to wireframe view, go to vertex mode, grab all the top vertices. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this up. I want the backrest to be a little bit taller or higher than the armrest right there. So I'll move it up to about right there. Is pretty good. Again, if I want to change it later, I can always do that easily. Okay, so let me check out the image here and review this real quick. It looks like I got the armrest pretty good. Again, we don't have to go exactly by the image. It's just there to guide us and help us model a little bit easier. So don't worry about being picky. Right here, I could see a little bit of a hole there from the base geometry. So let me see what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this guy here and move this out of the way. I'm going to take those 2 elements right there, and I'm going to move those back into the geometry like this. There we go. That takes care of that problem. Okay, not bad. And if stuff interpenetrates, as long as it's not too bad, it shouldn't be an issue. Let me move this a little bit more like this. Still looks pretty good. Okay, I'm going to say I'm happy with that. Okay, so done with this part. In the next part, we'll start working on the actual seat cushions for this couch.